Donald Trump posted this on Twitter back in 2015, replying to at Benjamin Howling, Donald, our prince, and then Daniel 12:1. Don would rather someone else stand up for our people, but they will not, so he will. This is what Daniel 12:1 says. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book of life. 2 days ago, Donald Trump posted this. The St. Michael prayer. St. Michael, the archangel, defend us in battle, be our defense against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray, and do thou, O Prince of the heavenly hosts, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl about the world seeking the ruin of souls. Amen. And he posted it with this picture. Obviously, this is a famous painting and sculpture, and it's Archangel Michael subduing the devil. It's interesting because there's people that mention, because you can go back into Trump's archives tweets and you can search certain words. And so there were people that said things to him before about, the Trumps, the royal family of America. And he said, no, but thank you very much. Because he knows we're not about kings. But what is really telling about Donald Trump, first of all, he's a man that's always loved America, going way back, forever. But he was trying to tell the American people that Obama was not born in this country. He was trying to, and all our disgusting media, these people, they are just the most filthiest, god-awful people. The women on The View, the media, the way that they carried water, the Democrat Party, the way they carried water for Obama, even the Republicans. I mean, you want to talk about a group of people that worshipped the ground he walked on. But here's what's telling about him is that going way back when Bush Jr. was running for his second term and Kerry was running against him, and interestingly enough, John Kerry is related to Trump. But anyway, that's not what I'm trying to get to here. But John Kerry was running against Bush Jr. for Bush Jr.'s second term. And it was the first time Obama came on the scene, even though he was a senator in my state. And I was watching the Democratic convention because I had followed politics so heavily back then. When I was in nursing school, I fell away from it, which I was kind of glad because I knew Obama was no good. And I knew it when I heard him speak at Kerry's convention because he was so smooth. He could pull you in. He was the best speaker I ever heard. That's full of shit. But I have a friend, still, this friend would back me up to this day. Because she was with me when we were watching this, and I said to her, "Oh man, he is a great speaker. He's so good. I said he is so good that he will go on in the next presidential cycle. He'll run, he'll get elected, but he'll be a devil." I said that. I actually said he'd be the Antichrist. Because because I knew he was full of shit. He was, and anytime Obama can deliver a fantastic speech. He always is. He's so smooth. But every bit of me just screamed out inside of me. He's full of shit. He turned out to be full of shit. But Donald Trump during Obama's presidency was trying to tell people. And yet 3 people have come out, 3 experts said that birth certificate he produced was a fraud. But the media, because of our disgusting media in this country, they still carry water for Obama. Yet it's important. You have to be born in this country to be president. Everything that man did is null and void it would be. So they're going to go balls to the wall to go after Donald Trump. What's so disgusting is Donald Trump has been the one person that's been trying to protect America's values. And Obama himself said he was here to fundamentally change America. And what did he do? He brought in a race division that my entire nursing profession, at the top anyway, all jumped on board with him. And yet he's an enemy to this country. He is, because he wasn't born here. 2012. So Obama used to tell classmates that he was Kenya royalty and an Indonesian prince. Sounds like his book bio. Yeah, and then it takes you to, it was his teachers that said that. Yeah, they put this whole thing around Obama. I mean, and Obama was forced to have to produce a birth certificate. He kept trying to avoid it, but because Donald Trump kept raising the issue up on Twitter. And Donald Trump is the true patriot to America. You know, they do say angels walk among us, right? You never know. Maybe that's literal. You never know. And at this point, I don't care who wants to say that's crazy. Look at what's going on in this world. That shouldn't be that crazy. If that's crazy to you, then I think you know where you stand. And you're not meant to know the truth. I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just look at what's happening under the Democrat Party. Trump didn't have us in any wars. There was economic prosperity going on. And then the Democrats and their media did everything they could to just rip this man apart, who's a true American patriot, loves America, and actually does go back to kings and princes. But yet, he's not about that, because people have even mentioned it on his Twitter. At Real Donald Trump Family is the U.S. version of the royal family. No, but thank you so much. Because he knows that we're not about having kings, even though technically, I mean, he comes from a lineage of kings. So I could just imagine how upsetting it was to him to see that the American people, he kept trying to tell the American people, and yet our media kept ripping on Donald Trump. So that's why they went after him so much when he got in office. But he ran to save this country from the enemies that have been trying to destroy it. I don't know what it is. There's those people, I don't know if it's in their DNA that they just hate America, or they see some poor country in the world, so then they somehow want to blame America. I mean, we have our faults, granted, because of the military-industrial complex, and we've taken our eye off the ball. But this was a man that was trying to warn the American people the whole time, the whole time. Still to this day. And yet the media has to be dealt with. The thing is, I don't think that there's human intervention that can do anything. I mean, you know, people say that it's going to come down to the military. Yeah, the military. But, I mean, I don't know. I think this one is so big, and the media, they have every reason, because they've been on the side of wickedness. When you've spent your career just lying to the American people, purposely doing it and protecting enemies to this country, and you know you are, then what you are is somebody, you're just wicked-minded. And so I think that's why I've said it's going to take an intervention by God himself. And maybe that's what this intervention is the revealing of all truth. Is there'll come this point that nobody can deny it anymore. I mean, they can, but they'll look stupid. Unbelievable what this country has done, what Americans themselves have done to this country. Obama was never a friend to America, never. He said he wanted to fundamentally change it, and he did. He wanted to create a race war, because you look at the statistics, there wasn't the race division like there had been in the past. So perfect timing, Obama comes on the scene, and then not long after that, then you had your BLM, and that was never a roots, like ground roots formed. It was formed by George Soros. It was created. And that's why those people have been indicted, the people at the top of that organization, because they're all just a bunch of thieves. And the true royalty, if you want to call him royalty, is Donald Trump. But he knows that's not what America's about. But he's been doing everything he can to save it.